Since we have summer coming, I know everyone listening is, probably motivated because they want to be strong and be healthy and all the things, but we also want to look good. So, do you have like a universal breakdown, like a workout breakdown that you could recommend for people, whether it's like you're doing this for this many days, understanding that everybody is different, they're starting at different points, and we were talking about meeting people where they are, but like in general, do we want to be doing like strength a few times a week? Do we want to be doing cardio? How do we want to be mixing it? All of that.
Yeah, the way I break down, I was a big CrossFit guy for a long time. Obviously, I was a big endurance guy for a long time. I would do a lot of running and swimming and biking and things like that. What I found works really well, and what I do at both my gyms, and obviously that's what I sell people, and that's what I believe in, is the basis of what you do. My gym is called the Strength Club because I want to help people build strength. And you could build strength at any age. You could build strength at 2 or 92. It doesn't matter. Like, you could always improve the way you move through the 7 planes of motion. So I would say, and it's way harder. Like, I could get you faster in 5 to 6 weeks. It'll take me years to get you stronger. And I tell everyone that. So I was like, strength should be the baseline. Strength should be in everyone's program. If you like doing Pilates and yoga and cycling and all that bullshit, great. Do it. Do it as much as you want. However, the base of your program, the bottom of your pyramid, should be a strength program. 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week, whatever it may be. Do some sort of strength program with someone who knows what they're doing. Or find it online. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people are buying into the whole strength idea, but they're lacking the level of intensity they need. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I did my weights today and I'm good." Well, there needs to be a certain level of stress and pressure put on the joint to make the diamond that you want to make. So you have to make sure that you're strengthening the muscle to a point where you're asking it to grow, and there needs to be some level of that. Now, I talk about this a lot, and I rarely hear it talked about online, is muscle maturity. When somebody first starts coming to the gym, they look frail, they can't push through movement. However, as you grow and you start to build muscle tissue and you start to build muscle maturity, you get to a point where you could kind of grind through reps and get more out of your exercises. And that's what we want to do. We want to work to a point of either pre-failure or working to a point of failure most of the time. So I say 3-4 days a week at least of strength training. And then you could throw in all the other stuff, because most of the other stuff is accessory work. Should your heart and your lungs be strong? Absolutely. And that's the definition of cardiovascular work. If you want to do cardio work, whether it's a Stairmaster or rowing or running outside, whatever it is, fine. But I think the basis of what everyone should be doing, or I know the base of everything everybody should be doing, is some sort of strength program. I think a lot of people use exercise and strength training as a form of dieting. They're like, "Oh, this is how I'm going to lose weight." It doesn't work like that. You're never going to outwork a bad diet. If you're overeating 600, 700, 800 calories, you're never going to look the way you want. So your diet needs to be dialed in to a certain degree, and you need to have some sort of strength program. And yes, I want your heart and lungs to be strong, but you don't need as much of that. So in my gym, we have it 2 days a week. We do Wednesdays and Saturdays that we do cardiovascular work. And then on Sundays, I give them the option. You want to come in, you can use whatever you want, do whatever you want. But there's 4 days of strength training and then 2 days of cardiovascular work. And I think that works really well for most people. But don't get it confused. Like, cardiovascular work is just that. Like, when people are like, "Oh, I'm strength training going to F45. It's like, no, it's mostly cardiovascular work here. So I know, like, each one's different, but for the most part, you're never working at a high enough threshold to develop muscle tissue, right? And that's why you have a lot of these young influencers and stuff who are now buying into this stuff. They're listening to the guys who really know what they're talking about, and they're going to gyms and they're pushing heavy weight and they're trying hard. And anybody who knows how to strength train will tell you that it needs to be a consistent thing, and you need to develop this over time, and you need to progressively overload to see the results that you want to see. It's not just going to happen. When I tell people when people come to me and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to put on too much muscle." I mean, I'm sure you've said that or heard that
Yeah.
from
Don't
a
want to get bulky.
Yeah. I'm like, I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
I've been trying since I was 14 to look bulky.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it yet. So
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
I hear that. And then also, like, this does happen to me sometimes too. Like, if I'm pushing really hard, I get puffy.
Puffy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your face.
Explain puffy to me.
Puffy is like, I just feel like I'm like retaining a lot of water. I don't know. Maybe I'm not recovering enough or something, but I get puffy. I'm like,
from lifting
this
heavy.
is not, yeah. I'm like, it should be the opposite.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you look at it, right, if you've ever seen that diagram, I'm sure it's all over the internet. Anybody can look it up. It's like 5 pounds of fat and then 5 pounds of muscle. And 5 pounds of muscle is maybe 1/4 of the size of the 5 pounds of fat. So when you have more muscle tissue, it's going to make you a little bit more dense. Now, will you retain a little bit more water? Sure. But no more than if you were heavier, right? You're always going to be better, leaner, and tighter.
Yeah. It's like, it's usually just a period right after the workout for like a day or two. Yeah. And if I'm doing it really consistently, then if I go on vacation or something, then that all goes away. And I'm like, oh, I'm ripped.
Yeah.
But it's like hiding under the puffy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it is probably like stress and just being in LA.
And I think a lot of times people don't realize that when you are exercising, you're working harder, you're going to retain a little bit more water. You're going to, force blood through the muscle tissue a little bit more. And then you're going to want to eat a little bit more, but your body's going to utilize the fuel better. I compare it to if your body was a car, if you have no muscle on your body, you're like a Honda Civic. You got a 4-cylinder car, right? And it can't utilize the fuel as efficiently. Or you have a Ferrari, which has got a 12-cylinder engine, and now you're pumping gas through the car, so it's going to utilize that fuel more. So when you're taking in too many carbs, well, then you're just leaving gas in the tank. But if you have all this muscle on your body, now you're utilizing fuel. So now, no matter what you're eating, it's going to utilize the fuel better. So you want more muscle is always better for longevity, for aesthetics, anything you want out of life. It's going to just improve that. Any doctor worth their own salt is never going to tell you, oh, don't exercise.